was telling a Biafran last night, no, fortnight ago, sorry, 2 weeks ago, yes, I was telling the person that it is your responsibility to identify those who are genuinely fighting for you. You can't just sit back, sit in your comfort zone, waiting for everything to be brought to you to your comfort zone. You need to have internet. You need to go to internet and sort for those who are fighting, those who are genuinely representing you. It is your duty to do so. If you fail to do it, you are inexcusable, because you cannot tell your children that because you did not see those who are really fighting for Biafra, reason why you did not support. Because your action will affect your children positively or negatively. It depends on the side where you stand. If you are those who sit on the fence or are across the fence, you know that they don't care. They only say, let's go and do after all. We are dedicated people. We are the one we'll still run the system. I will tell you that you'll be disappointed, and be rest assured that your children will urinate on your grave, because when they realize that what they are going through as a result of your action, your unconcerned attitude, or your sabotage, when the people are busy fighting to restore a nation where the life of their children will be safe, life of our children, their future will be guaranteed. You were busy finding fault, because some of our people who might know they are Biafran, because I know majority of those who are counting are not Biafran, but and those who I know they are Biafran, there's this one with that character. You will see all the good news being disseminated, the good news that is coming from White House as a result of the effort of the BRGIE led by APM. You will not share it. But when you see one propaganda, one lies or mistake, it may not be a mistake, but a propaganda, you will share it and you send it to me. Do you see this thing? So I was pissed off. Say, why are you only? Does it mean all the while you don't see the good news? How many of them have you shared? So why are you so quick to share propaganda? Are you part of us, or are you truly want freedom, or who are you? What do you want? What is that you want? Because I was so angry. Say all the good news, even what the effort of BRGIE in making sure that the plight of the Christians in Nigeria and Biafra land are known to the American, the congressman and the President Donald Trump. All those things, you don't see it. You don't even appreciate that effort when those who are supposed to do it are quiet, at least, because when you look at those things, those who are supposed to be in forefront of that particular effort, supposed to be the Christian leaders, alas, they did not do so. Then Biafra government take it upon, because majority of those who are being killed as a Christian, they are Biafrans. They even when some of the congressmen say that these people, when they come to America, they tell them it's a former elder clash. Most of the bishops. So these are a confession made by. So you see that the people felt, but for you to come at least appreciate Biafra government in that effort, you cannot do it. You only concern in sharing lies and fabrication. So where do you stand? That was my question to him. Who are you and what do you want? Because a reasonable person, therefore, who truly wants freedom, and no matter all, you see that these people, this particular, this BRGIE, the led by APM, they are doing the right thing. All you have to do, even if you have personal interest against them, you keep it aside and support them to disseminate that information, prepare that that particular effort into a victory destination. You did not do so. You are more concerned about finding fault. I'm disappointed in you. And if you are among those who have such a mentality, because some of you do such things without knowing, okay, because you have actually developed baseless hatred, you know, the same thing that most Nigerians are suffering today, you know. They have developed hatred baseless. That's when you ask the person, why, what is your reason? He can never give you nothing, no justifiable reason. So it's baseless hatred because they have actually inculcated in them and they carry it along. You know, I was one such thing used to happen to me before, honestly. That is why I am grateful to Mazinaka because his messages and that our Prime Minister did a lot of work in removing that mindset. You know, yes, you see somebody, you develop hatred on that person, even when you see where they are speaking ill of that person, you support it without caring whether that thing they're saying is truth or not. But because you have actually that first impression given to you that actually maybe brought to your knowledge or through the people you respect, because majority of our youth subscribe to what the people they respect or those who they're eating from their arms, whatever they say, they tell them they subscribe to it because they don't want to for the person to refuse to take care of them, you know. But I like that that is the mistakes that our youth are making. When you see truth, regardless of whose God is God, speak it, condemn the evil. The only respect you can give to that person that is close to you, call the person by the side, don't make it public. Call him and advise him, sir, ma, this path you are following, I will not support you. Look at the truth, look at the truth. Then if you fail to do it, don't ever feel because of your eating from his arm to support it. You just remove yourself. Even if he has to stop that food, let him stop. But I can assure you, if you stop as a result of your stand, OKK will provide you better than another source that is better than his. And again, if you continue supporting him because of that, you are eating, because of the promise he made for you, because of what you are getting, I can assure you that you will end up losing everything. Because he will realize that you are supporting him because of what he promised you. How about if someone else promised you higher, you will still stand against him in which if maybe somebody else speaking of him and the person you promise you higher than what you are getting, you will still join the person to. So at the end, he will conclude that yes, you are not a good person. He will see, he will dump you. You will not fulfill those things. Okay? Yes. But when you always start for the truth, don't care. If that road closed, the better one will open. So that is my message to the Biafran youth. Yes. As this point in time, Biafran youth and Nigerian youth, yes, that is my message. That those of you who are suffering from that particular mentality, to let it go. Let it go. You are fear. That thing that you are afraid of, it will not. You will, in fact, you become more stronger and more favored. And I can assure you that person who drop you because you stand on the truth, even if he did not call you back, in future, he will speak good of you and they can even recommend people to accept you or to patronize you because he realized that you are a sincere person, that you refuse to stand with him when he was not doing it right, but you stand for the truth. Because of that, he dump you. Then he regret it and they speak good of you if he's a truly genuine person, except this brothers. Yes, before we go to the topic here, there's something I saw yesterday, my people. I saw a Fulani man who was actually busy saying, yes, they are radicalized Fulani. Yeah, they radicalized Fulani, that they are powerful, that anybody who dare speak little bad as Fulani, that they're going to locate the person, they will do this, they will do that. I say, in me, because that kind of thing used to bore me. I said, I wish I can we can have a video face to face, sharing. We see ourselves face to face with this man. Then I will tell him that what will provoke him very well, so that he will do that what we are going to do to them. Because as I'm saying it now, we are going to deal with them in a manner they will feel the pain that have been inflicted in others for decades. You know that evil. I mean that Tadeka, he feel that he's radicalized, is a radical Fulani. We have been radicalized above that level. We are not beast. I am a beast that we actually deal with them, not just proportional, but beyond proportional. that manner they have treated others, both their women, their children, in any way that follow others, tit for tat has been activated. So that's the message I give that the message. So I want Biafrans to understand this and on Nigerians that this is a psychological warfare. Psychological warfare that they are playing. They're good at it. They're good at that. Is why whenever they kill, they will put it on social media. So whenever you hear about them, or that thing, you already dead before they come close to you. Please deal with that. Trash that in you. Don't allow that psychological warfare to get at you. In fact, whenever you see those things, let it make you to be more angry against them, more ready to destroy them, rather than making you to be weak. So don't let that. It's a psychological warfare. Yes, yes. How we plug their eyes, castrate them, remove their. In fact, you see that sublet saw that bulb, I use it to and divide them into two from forehead. I will do it. Yes, I will do it. And I will tell you that we are gentle with gentle people and tough with tough people. We be more humanistic to those who deserve it, those who are humanistic to us, those who want peace, we give them peace. But as for them who want evil, who are evil already, who want to continue inflicting pain in others, we are going to inflict multiple. In fact, beyond that, they have brought against others. We are going to use it to retaliate every of their action. A caught human being display it and begin to rejoice. No. You will test the pen. It's not a brag. It's a very, very assured message. Let them bear it in mind. So Biafran people and the friends of Biafran, what we're doing is something that is imperative, is actually a task, the obligation that's rested on our shoulder, that we don't owe no one apology. We are not even violating any law. Okay, even if we violate, those who brought us together, they violated all of human rights forcefully without our consent. So if we follow the same method to exist, it's not about them. But apart from that, we are not violating any law. Those who are violating law are the Nigeria state. Everything Biafra government, Biafra defense forces are doing are according to international law, in which Nigeria is also a signatory to those laws, such as UN Charter for Human and People's Rights and the African Charter for Human and People's Rights, UN Charter for Indigenous People's Rights, and the African Charter for Human and People's Rights. Yes, that also guarantee armed struggle. Yes, support armed struggle when you have foreign invasion. Do we have foreign invasion or not? That is you answer yourself. So if you have foreign invasion, then you know that it is your right. It is your inalienable right to arm yourself with equal weapon, or even beyond that, the enemy are bringing to kill your people. The invaders who have invaded the land to dispossess the people of their land and kill them because they refuse to support what the evil they are doing. They refuse to be Islamized, so they become infidel. The fellow human being who cannot even create a single hair will now decide my fate who will live or not, who will live or not, because they do not support their deceitful and war against humanity. So we must understand this, that it has come to the stage you break any law, or even if that be to save the future of your children. I take something from Poland, from Japan, from China, but let me use Japan and Holland because China they are self-centered. Because when you only care about your interests, despite you are doing things for the interest of your citizens, but you encourage such thing evil against others because of your interest, you are evil. You're not a good example. So I can't be used China because they are shown to be non-humanistic rivalry when it comes to Africa because of their self-interest. Japan Prime Minister is a female. You just immediately enter the first law that is the immigration law. Anything that will prevent these Islamic bigots Islam bigot to enter their country, you know. And Poland refused to take any of them because, not because of race, but because they want their people to be safe. You cannot claim you want to be, you don't want to be called a racist. You want to be, you know, to be seen as, you don't want to be correct because you want to please others. Then you bring calamity to your people willingly because of your foolishness, because of your idiotic self-centeredness, or because of your you want to be called a good country, a good president. Then you put you allow that avenue, that loophole for enemy to penetrate. Now today, see what is happening, you know. And the Italian prime minister as well. These two women and Japanese women, Japanese prime minister, they are making my days, you know. One a Fulani, I mean, one Islamic cleric came and openly called for jihad. The woman immediately revoked his citizenship and deport the moron back to where he come from. You know, this kind of ladies, I'm telling you, they are the kind of people that are supposed to, you know, when the occupiers pay, this is what every journalist is supposed to be doing. You don't need to look people face to remove cancer that want to come to eat your people off. You know, but don't need to look people face. You have to do it first. Do it. Then when those who are blaming you, they will blame themselves when they see that the step you take is the best step. Just like today, you see, when some people are talking that Biafra regulation will affect them. In fact, I wish I will meet any of them so that I will be able to empty my venom on that person verbally first before I get at that person physically. If he proven to be a barrier against us, you know, we have been dying for me. I remember whenever they kill us, we protest. Some of them will be mocking us, praising Nigeria. Ukoma here recently. Some of them on social media say, yes, who are you to confront the military? Who are you to do this? Man, in fact, supporting the terrorists without being objective, without being logical in their analysis, in their judgment, you know, they mock us, they rejoice when our people are being killed. I'm not talking about the genocidal war. This after the war, even said recently for the past a decade or 2 decades, what the Nigerian terrorist military have been doing against our people. Many of them were mocking us. They are justifying it on social media, you know. So when we tell them that the Nigerian military are terrorists, some of them even call us conspiracy theory, or just like when we tell them that Buhari died in 2017, buried in shallow grave in Saudi Arabia. They did not believe, but evidently the Buhari died recently. No world leader sent them condolence message. That one alone, I think, is enough for them to think, or anyone who still subscribe to Dabada Dash to think. So my people, Mazen Nandekano, when he was calling for telling the Southeast puppets to create security to protect our mothers, they were just you know, doing like this, you know, playing with life for people, and he made that drastic move. That move that today I can still be imagine how did he made it. How did he made it without the people like that surrender him? Because if the like of Mohammed Abbas, Pig the Greek, and the likes, if they had the knowledge then, they would have sabotaged it. How he was able to keep it such intact to organize, I think first batch then was about 11,000, first batch of that thing. How I was able to get those people together without the news leaking outside. You know, when you use that, I can tell you that instead of you to bow with anybody, bow to any other image. If you have to bow for image, you put Mazen picture in your house, yes, or that of your parent. If you bow, if you want to bow to him, you give kudos to that man, because I don't know how he did it. You know, yeah, that people, they came and begin to do their good job. Then what did they do? Fulani, what they do? They withdraw. They call for withdrawal of those Fulani terrorists in our wishes. Remember, all those thatch houses we were building then. So when they call them back, you know what they do? They begin to say, repentant Boko Haram. Hey, this one has repented. They begin to put them back to army, DSS, civil defense, special force. And also they brought them into our land and used the puppet governors to create them as vigilante. The first one they did was the Bubago. Yes, even the national community, Amnesty International also confirmed that Buhari created the Bubago to kill the Biafran people, youth. They used the like of Soludo to create different terrorist groups in the name of AVG, Gashi. Use the one they call Agune Chamber. This one, I want people to go to this thing and want to say now. Go there because there was a video that Agune Chamber showed one certain time where they said they killed 2 Fulani kidnappers. You know, they were shouting, who's a man, no, who's a man, no, they. I wanted to go and release that video. Then I'm hitting my chest to tell that those Fulani people, they were not killed. They just tied them to fool themselves, tie them that rope and put them, make sure that their face is inside that boot, only their body from the distance showing. And when you look at their body, look at how fresh it is. It doesn't show that anybody that have sustained any bullets or anything that. So go and look it very well because these people think that we're fools, you know. So and that Agone Chamber now, these are Fulanis. They use those born in our land that speak Igbo to make their commanders. You know, these are. I want you to. Where have you seen they go after the Fulanis, or they see them that they go and rescue Biafran people, or to go and protect them? Rather, they only to kill our people, extort money from them, dumping them in a tiger base, but all manner of crime, working with Tialmat Abubakar, just like Galilu Biafra, Sapele and others. So these are the people that are claiming to be us. But because of our leader was able to create the security, and then when he was kidnapped, they made effort to destroy it. When envisioning someone who came, Chike Dozier came to social media and said they have handed it over to the governors to be paying them after they have taken their own money. Our promise has stepped in. I want you to know, to know these people with the effort they have made, that you never allow such effort to be destroyed by one criminal somewhere, or one self-centered moron, one hookopian, one drunk psychiatric in Georgia, you know, and her cohorts to use their own sabotaging contract they take to destroy what we're doing. Don't ever. You have to make sure they put your effort. Don't be a tool to be used against it, but be a tool to destroy their sabotage. Yes, be a tool to counter the sabotage, but not the tool to encourage the sabotage. Yes, our leader, I promise I was able to restore these men, and they begin to rehabilitate them. Manage. One thing that shocked me is how the fund was managed, how our prime minister and that managed our financial minister, President APM, you know, how they're able to manage that fund to achieve a lot, you know, even our database and everything. So that's time to show you that we have people who will manage what we have in our land for the best interest of our people and our neighbors and the global interest at large, you know, because Biafra recognition is not only for Biafran people, okay? And this is not just saying text, it is a fact that is evidently obvious for anyone who care to know, to see. It's a known fact. Biafra recognition is not only for Biafran interests, but for our neighbor, for Duduwa interests, for Arewa interests, for Amazonian interests, for all Africa interests and beyond, and security-wise, for West, the interest of the West and the interest of Israel. Israel. That is why I am wondering that these people are supposed to be in forefront, they're supposed to wake up to embrace this, recognize Biafra without wasting time. What are you delaying? If what you are saying that Biafra expression will be for interest, if it's lie, come and counter it. If we are saying what is not true, please come and give us analysis and debunk what we are saying. But if it's true, why are you wasting time in recognizing this nation? Why wasting the time? Okay, what are you delaying? Because you have to, when you do it, yourself life fast. Or are you happy as Christians have been slaughtered? Does our life matters to you people? Does it matter? If it matters, and if you agree that what we're saying, that Biafra recognition is to actually to hurt the agenda of this terrorists. The agenda of this Islamist, the agenda of this Osman Danfodio criminal and his and to overrun the indigenous people in their land and take over and use the resources to sponsor terrorism targeting Israel. I want Israel to understand all the entire Arab world, whether even those who are pretending that they have reached, they're all against you, Israel. They're all against you, America. They're all against you, Europe. No matter how they pretend. You see, all the people you see today that are going to abroad, moving to other countries to force their bigotry, their Sharia on those people. The entire Arab world are sponsoring it. No one is exempted. What about UAE, pretending? They are all in it. They are good in playing that attack here. Yes. Or as the case of one is the entire Arab world, the entire Islamic Arab world, they are the ones sponsoring those people, pushing them outside to go at the next other person's land. Go there and try to force their law on them. Imagine, I was listening to one of them that saying that you will forfeit your benefit because you disobey Allah, and that to punish you, then you will take away your benefit and use it for those who. He was saying that in someone's land, and some of these bigots in Nigeria that will tell you leave your land, they come to someone's land. They don't see those who are doing such thing as the real threats. But those they say as threats are those who came to open the new business in their land, develop, employ them, build schools, build hospitals, employ them to make their area lively, contribute at least 35 to 40 to the economy. Yes, each state outside Biafra land, Biafran people contribute 30 to 40% of the economy of that state. But how many are they contributing in ours? Oh, they say go and develop your hand, but they will not say, okay, if one go allow this people, let there be seaports, let there be international airports in the region. They will see all this truth, they will cover it. They choose to live in denial. My message to that kind of people, they will not die. They will live to see the evil, their wicked hearts, their out of jealousy, or I don't know how to put it. Because when you see people who are acting like this, they see the truth, but they will cover the truth, beating around the bush. Instead of you to say, you don't want people to come in Lagos or buy, go open seaport, because the water, all the ships that come to Lagos pass through our waterway. Just like all the flights that come to Lagos, all go to Abuja, they go through our airspace. Yes, you cannot jump our airspace coming to Abuja. All the international flights, they pass our Biafra airspace before they come to land in Lagos, Abuja. Yet, they cannot speak and test. Then go to the refinery. Why do you come and build your own? Only your own is functioning. Why the one in Port Harcourt, Igbocha? Why the one in Warri? Why the one in Calabar? Why are they not functioning? But anybody who tell you that they have problem, the person is evil. I'll challenge the person to come and say it. There's no problem. They are working properly. So that what they do is that they will go and remove one thing that will make it to look as if it's 40. They will, when you ask them, they will give you one name that they cannot even find. If they want to investigate to go and find that thing, they will give you one name that does not exist. But you, as you're not an engineer, you will just subscribe to it. I know it. So they don't deal on purpose. That is what I'm telling you. Before you ask the person to leave, I hope you will create an environment that will enable him to leave. And all the things that belong to the person you are holding, I hope you have to release it. Can you be holding the person, all these things, and ask the person to leave? Just like those who are destroying the houses of Biafran people in Lagos today and everything. Remember that earth goddess, a passes judgment without minding whose source is God. The principle cannot be changed. If you have demolished that houses in a normal way, where it's supposed to be, you go unpunished. But if you have done that out of wickedness. Yes, even though some of them adamantly build there, but that process shouldn't have. There's supposed to be compensation, because if there's anybody in Ghana or South Africa that owns the property, you won't destroy it like that. So for that reason, until you do what you're supposed to do, nothing, whether it's a business or whether it's anything, or you establish in those lands that will prosper. Go and write it somewhere. The only way, if you do it in a right way, that every government you have done, if they, yes, but if you do it out of envy, out of jealousy, out of wickedness, you will realize this. Anything established there will have chaos, can never profit the state. It will be a source of calamity, source of destruction. It will be a source of chaos to that government that will be in charge of that location. Yes, and be rest assured, we pay. We are going to hold you accountable. My message to every Biafran regarding that, before I hand the mic to others: anything you have in the north or Lagos, make sure that your paper, whether it's as long as there's a document that covers you in paying for that land, and also in building and the building plan, everything. Even though some of you they apply for CFO, they refuse to give you on purpose. Keep those documents. Yes, dots that describe the location of your property. Keep those documents, even though they have demolished it, keep it. Keep it, those documents. Keep it. Biafra government will fight for you. You must understand that as a Biafran, your property is safer, than you being in Nigeria. If they destroy your business now, who are you going to go? Which court are you going to go? Which police are you going to call? Who is going to handle the case for you? The same people that demolish it. So you should be wise enough to understand, as an international law, because there are those who are in Nigeria, they have business in South Africa, they have in London, but they're not living there. So the same law that protects their property protects yours as a Biafran. Yes, because you bought it, we had them earned money. They must be held accountable, and they will pay. Just be alive, support Biafra. Support Biafra. Don't allow that property to, because some of you who refuse to listen, how far today? We're not telling you again, convert it to a Gemma, remove your money in Nigeria Bank, invest the IOU loan, so that you will not cry at the end. Thank you for joining, my people. I want to greet you. Please forgive me. I'm not good at calling names. I just want to say, all of you, thank you so much for joining. You are welcome. Whatever you are doing to make sure that our APM is supported in achieving this, our information minister, the government, and also our lobbies, making sure that our BDF have what it takes to serve us well. There's one thing I read in Article 1 in government. They say, after much work, you say, you help us to serve you well. Yes, I love that. When people are serving you, it is your duty also to help them to serve you well by giving them enabling support, to succeed. And BDF, we have volunteer men and women that are professionals in many fields, are educated with degrees, even professors among them, master degree holders. They decide that it is to defend our people voluntarily. So if you and I fail to provide them needed logistics, I think we have failed our own part. We have failed our own part. I say all of us are soldiers, all of us are defense forces. If you are not on ground, defend with your money, defend with your voice. As I am now, defending with my voice and my money. And I'm looking forward also to defend on ground, looking forward to that. Yes. And the one I'm defending with money, I'm not done enough. Yes, I am really, really wish to make sure that I do 10 times what I'm doing, because it is an area that worthwhile. Investing there is a worthwhile investment for your children and unborn children. Thank you once again. I am Onyeka Chukwu, aka Code Number. Thank you. If you want my co-host, please, if you have anything to say before we put the mic, have the mic, Holland, and Reggie and Fully. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi. Can I be heard?
Clear.
Okay, thank you very much, my dear brother Mazi. Good number. I greet you, great Biafrans. that are here present. I greet all the leaders from time past to this very present day. I greet all the entire Biafra Defense Forces that are defending and protecting our fathers, our mothers, our babies, our children, and especially the Biafra Christians that have been marked out for extinction. We say thank you for doing your bit and your best to protect them day in and day out. I greet you, the host, my co-host, Poland Union from Oganegalowa. I greet our dear Auntie, Madam Inki, and every mother that is here present, Madam Tutors, the tutorial herself. Thank you for your space, ma. That was so educating and we learned a lot. Thank you, our father, senior citizen Ben Uwabo. That is our Biafran father from Igodo. The land of Igodo is Biafra land. Mweze, I greet you. Biafra Free Energy Tech. I greet you. 1 million. Simon Ekpa. That is Honorable Minister Nono. I greet you, sir. Mazi Cyprian. Greetings, Clement. I greet you, Mazi Elias. I greet you, and our father, CEO. I greet you, sir. Mazi Anakono. I greet you. Ulewem John AJ. Monday. And every other great comrade that is here present, I can salute you enough. I really want to say thank you very much for your steadfastness. I want to take out this time to say a special thanks and salute to every cabinet minister of the Biafra Republic government exile for the great work that you are doing. Thank you for the sacrifice. I will also like to say thank you to the Honorable Acting Prime Minister, His Excellency, and a big thank you to Mr. Fellaini for that mind-blowing broadcast of yesterday. That was so exposing. That was so mind-blowing, and I believe the international community were well educated. Thank you very much, our APM, for representing your people well, as always. Say thank you. And so every financial donor, you are the hero. History will be kind to you. So as many over there abroad who are making so much sacrifices to see that the freedom of their people come to reality, there are no words good enough to say thank you, and there is nothing good enough to reward you than the freedom that we most desire. Of a truth, the best gift you can leave for your children, for the generation to come, is Biafra, is freedom. No matter how rich you are today, if you leave a country like Nigeria for your children, in few years to come, it is as good as you just left them in bondage, and your wealth, whatever you own, will not matter again. Because right before their eyes, the stranger will come and enjoy all the way that you live with them. This is why we all must take it as a challenge to stand tall and fight for this freedom. Like we know today, Nigeria is gone, and as a result of that, they will come up with different type of propaganda and lies. But the truth is, they have been seen for who they are by the international community. I've always given one instance that you are claiming that you are not a murderer, that you are innocent, and you go to the court claiming that you are innocent. But right there in the court, you carry the head of a murdered person, someone that you've murdered. You are holding the head of that murdered person that you have murdered in your hands, but you are still claiming that you are innocent, you are not guilty of murder. That is the case of Nigeria, my people. Even as they deny the Christian genocide, yet every day the genocide is still happening. Okay, now, you know that you have been caught. You want to generalize it that it's not only Christians that are being killed, that Muslims are also killed. But now God has sent a helper to us, that this terrorist that is killing, carrying out genocide against the Christians and killing the Muslims, the helper is coming to kill that terrorist so that the Christians and the Muslims will be safe. But you that claim that Muslims are also being killed, you are angry. You are against this helper that God has sent to come and kill the terrorists for everybody to be alive. You are against them. Who do you think that you are deceiving? Okay, if for instance that indeed they are killing Muslims, the terrorists are also killing Muslims, does it mean that you take pleasure in the death of the Muslims that are killed? You can fool some people, but you cannot fool everybody all the time. That is the word from a great man, Bob Marley. That is the case of Nigeria, but Nigeria have been seen for, or in fact, the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up to today, is another thing that is really exposing the rottenness of Nigeria. That is really exposing Nigeria. Because the more they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the more they expose how unlaw-abiding they are, how the courts are shrines of injustice, how the executive arm of government has pocketed the judicial arms of government. So that is the case of Nigeria today. So my people, I would really want to advise each and every one of us, or I will even beg us that let our loyalty be to our nation, which is Biafra. Our loyalty should not be to any man. Rather, let it be to Biafra and Biafrans at large. Because if we are here to fight for this freedom because we love one man or we love one woman, and when that man falls out, we are likely going to fall out with that man. When that woman falls out, we are likely going to fall out with that woman. But if our loyalty is in our freedom, if our loyalty is in Biafra, no matter who falls out, we will always go back to the document that brings us together, the laws that bring us together, to find a direction on how to go. And believe you me, we shall never be led astray as long as we look at the laws and the documents that bind us together. What am I trying to say? Let our loyalty be in Biafra. And speaking briefly on the topic, before I speak on the topic, I will also want to appeal to all the Biafrans that are here present, please. Don't just stay on the mic to listen. Nobody has a monopoly of knowledge. We are here to learn from one another, and as well educate the world about what we are going through and why we need to be free, right? So pick up the mic, come and speak to Biafrans. Like the topic says, recognition of Biafra independence is for global security and trade interests. The recognition of the state of Biafra, especially to those Westerners and Europeans that are interested in stopping the genocide against Christians, recognizing the state of Biafra will be the best thing that you have done for Christians. Because right from time, we Biafrans, we are predominantly Christians. This is why if you go back to history, you will understand that the first map, the first Nigerian map used to have a Star of David in it. That Star of David is the representation of the Biafrans, who happen to be us. But as time goes on, Britain manipulated it and they removed our identity in the Union. So that very moment they removed our identity from the Nigerian flag, that was the moment they removed us from every benefit that ought to come with Nigeria. And today you can see how they maltreat us, how they harass us, they enslave us, they marginalize us, they kill us, they dehumanize us. This is why we need freedom today. So you that is really condemning the killing of Christians, the genocide against Christians, recognizing the state of Biafra with Christians' value will be a great deal to the Christians all over Biafra land, even all over Nigeria. First of all, I would really want to say a very big thank you to the men of God that are speaking up. If they do good, we commend them. If they do bad, we criticize them. A special thank you to the likes of Paul Eneche, Apostle Barnabas of Truth Assembly, Ibedamina, Apostle Suleiman, that are speaking up, condemning, confirming the genocide that have been carried out against Christians. And to that, our daddy, our father, that has buried a lot of Christians that have been massacred to the point that Paletaya, Paledotaya, Palesi, I don't get tired of burying my. In fact, if they want to even come and take my life, this on a life, which kind of life is this? Say the pastor when I be now to the burying young Christians that are massacred by these Islamic jihadists every day. That our daddy, we really say a very big thank you. You know, the Christianity that we know of old, the prophets that we know of old, are prophets that are not scared to speak truth to powers, that are not scared of the authority. We heard of people like Elijah, how aggressive they were to the government of the days that were very corrupt. That is the symbol of the true man of God. Or where you see the likes of those that when Christians are butchered, are being killed, they don't say anything. When even America is saying that they want to come and defend Christians, they are silent. But make mention of a tithe. That tithe is not in Bible. Then you will see the other side of them. If I be a man, if I be a man of God, how dare you say so? Or say that there is no tithe. Tithe, that is not. My God will visit you with thunder and brimstone. You know, my people, you can see it now. Christians that have been killed all these years, God is sending a helper. But you see some of these big GOs, they don't even say anything. They are silent because it doesn't concern them. What concerns them is not the death of the Christians. The only thing that concerns them is the tithe that comes from the Christians. You understand? So long as they kill the Christians, and before they bury the Christians, they will still collect their tithe, because there is a certain tax you pay for church before you bury your person, before the church people will come and bury your person. So long as they are still going to come and collect their commission, you don't have a problem. So I really say a very big thank you to as many men of God that are speaking. God bless you. Thank you for standing up for Christians. Thank you for speaking up for your people. And to such people, I will encourage their members, keep attending their church because they are speaking for your safety. Unlike those ones that will give you apron, they will give you apron and you'll be massacred. The one they call is Lazarus, I'll be waiting with the name for chosen. They killed a lot of his church members. Now that America is saying that they are coming to defend, have you heard the voice of that man? You will not hear his voice, but he
My
will
brother Rage,
give.
my brother Rage, you know, verse, please, sorry for interjecting. You see, we have to call a spade a spade. Medicine after death, to me, is a crime. Okay, all these people you are calling their names, they don't want that thank you to me. Where were they before? Why would they allow others to force them to speak before they come out? So it's your opinion, but it doesn't go that way with me. That is what I just want to tell you. Okay, the only that papa
My
from
brother,
Plateau, that papa from Plateau, and the other guys, people that deserve that this thing you are talking. Not those who keep quiet because they see others speaking before they come out. What kept them so long? So please, that kind of thanking them to you, but to me, they don't deserve it because they're complicit. Sorry.
Basi, thank you very much. As anyways, I just have to thank them because for worrying with this at all and wish market. You understand? Yeah, for worrying and waiting with it at all and wish market. So if they have bread, it's better than gala. You understand? So since they still come up, they still had the courage to come. What about those that they don't speak at all? Did you have you ever heard of the pastor of choosing that many of his church members were killed? He gave them apron and they were killed, but he's wearing bulletproof vest and he guided himself with thousands of mobile police and military. What about him? Have you heard anything from him? So my brother, we still need to thank those that have spoken. So my people, like I was saying, the recognition of Biafra is going to go a long way to combat these Islamic jihadist terrorists that are carrying out genocide against the Christians. And they are in different categories. They are in the area security. Some of them are in the media. Those ones that are in the media, those that wear uniform and those in rag have massacred these Christians. Those that are in the media are those that we defend. The likes of Reno Omokri and anybody that is still keeping friendship with Reno Omokri. I kindly advise you because your security is at risk. If you are still keeping friendship with Reno Omokri, please kindly cut off your friendship because a person like Reno Omokri can even organize people to wipe out your whole family, and he will come and deny you that he doesn't know anything about it. You understand? So, as a matter of fact, recognizing Biafran nation, Biafran state is going to be a permanent solution, like we have always said, to the killing of Christians. Christians need a place where they can call a home, a place that can serve as a safe haven to them, a place where they can sleep with their two eyes closed, a place where nobody will what will be the name of what is that English? A place where nobody will discriminate against them. And I even strongly believe that The reason why the killing of Christians is so escalated is because of the fact that most of all these Islamic people, they want a state of their own. So why can't we just even allow them to have a state of their own? If they want to have the North, even have the Yoruba side as their own state, as their own Islamic state, why can't we allow them? Because the truth is that if they have their state with Islamic value and the Biafran people have their state with Christian value, then whatever law they make in their state, people are bound to abide by such laws, like it is in Iraq, it is in Iran, it is in Saudi Arabia. These are Muslim states, countries. So before you go to that place, you know that these are their laws. You need to abide by the laws. If you cannot abide by the law, you have no business going there. Likewise, Biafra, this is a state with Christian value. These are our laws. If you know you cannot abide by the laws of the land, then you have no business in coming to Biafra land. If you think you cannot come to live in Biafra land and you tolerate every religion, if you think you coming to Biafra land, you must coerce everybody to believe in what you believe, to believe in your religion. If they refuse to believe, you will kill all the people. You have business coming to Biafra state. That is going to serve as a permanent solution to all of these things. So they need a place like in Hausa and Yoruba side where they can practice their Sharia without being disturbed. So the way Nigeria is now, Nigeria is the most confused place you can ever think about. A country with two different set of laws, Sharia and secular laws. How does it work? On what values is Nigeria found? It's quite unfortunate that Christians have not really woken up to the reality that Nigeria is found on Islamic values. And Nigeria, most of the indigenous people of Nigeria are still trying to claim the ownership of Nigeria. Because the truth is, the moment you put yourself under the umbrella of Nigeria, you have simply put yourself under the umbrella of Islamism, Islamic values. That is what you have simply done. Like I've explained time and times again, Nigeria is a foreign entity. This is why you see that the name Nigeria is not indigenous to any of the tribes or any of the indigenous people in Nigeria. It is not indigenous, it is a foreign name, and it is a foreign entity. It is a foreign umbrella owned by a foreigner, Britain, managed by foreigners as well, and with few of the indigenous bought over that are being used as tools. So work for the interest of the owner of this foreign entity, not for the interest of the indigenous people. Nigeria is a foreign entity imposed on the indigenous people on their indigenous land for the purpose of taking away their identity. This is why whatsoever that comes with this foreign entity called Nigeria, if you cannot align with it properly, like if you can't speak English very well in Nigeria, they look at you as inferior, undermining the fact that you can speak your language very well. You cannot bring a British man and he will speak Isoko fluently to you here. But look at me, Isoko Biafran, speaking a British English. But if I cannot speak it, people will be laughing. You are inferior. You are inferior. Why is it that we attach more significance to foreign things than our indigenous thing? It's one question that I keep asking. This is why you see that even in our land today, products that are made in Aba, our people commonize them. Products that are made with this our brother innocent, our people commonize them. Rather, they go and buy foreign products. Why? Likewise, Nigeria, to the point that people have undermined their values, their origin, and now they say Nigeria is what there is Nigeria is their identity, that they will die for Nigeria, they will kill for Nigeria, they will kill their brothers and sisters, that wants to keep their values, that wants to keep their identity, who they are. They want to kill those people because they have been hired by the owner of this foreign entity called Nigeria as hirelings to kill the indigenous people for this foreign property called Nigeria. It is so painful. It is so sad. How did we get here? This is why I've always told our people 130 years ago, what were you? What were your grandfathers? Does it mean they did not have identity when there was no Nigeria? Does it mean we did not have identity? Yes, we did. And we still have the identity till today. This is why, even though they took away the history, they forgot to take away our culture, our value systems, our tradition. Fine, they took away our history, but they did not take away the toothpaste wrapper. The one that is under the wrapper, we call it ogodo. And I believe in Igbo land, you call it ogodo too. Fine, they took away our history, but they did not take away Edeki, Edozie, Edewo, Eduje, which you also have in Igbo land, which they also have in Igudu, which I believe they might even have in the Calabar side as well. They took away the history, but they did not take away that Olubo or Onubo. They did not take away Ogbono, Egusi. They did not take away Apu. They did not take away Banga. They did not take away Ogba. No be Ogba no they call her. They did not take away Oka. They did not take away Ube. They did not take away Amaga. They did not take away Erere. They did not take away Iroro. Is that not the same thing that you call it in Igbo land? Because this is the same way we call it in Isoko and Orobo. They did not take away Ogo. They did not take away Akpala. Is that not the same way you call it in Igbo land? I don't know whether somebody can still hear me. So this is the same way you call it.
You're right, you're saying your point.
I can hear you very loud. Iroro, whether Iroro is a goosey, so that is what we call it in Ika. So
you see that?
So you are right, my brother. God bless you. Go ahead.
That same Iroro, that same Iroro that is a goosey is the same way we call. It's the same way we call in the Isoko as well. It's the same way we call in the. So my people, who did this to us? Why can't we understand that the enemy divided us so as to conquer us? They divided us so as to reduce our strength. Why is it taking us so long to understand this? We are one people. Let us come together.
Global interest.
Let us.
The recognition of Biafra nation is for the.
Mazi, can you hear me, Mazi? Mazi, Onyeka, please, you are talking. Can you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it that you cannot?
Sorry.
You cannot. I'm still speaking.
Sorry, apologies.
Okay. So, my people, let us come together. Let us unite and fund our freedom. Let us get this freedom, if not even for our sake. Let us get the freedom for our children. And I still also want to remind each and every one of us that we are one. We have one government. That is the Biafra Republic government in exile. That was registered in Justice Department in the United States of America. It is that same government that conducted self-referendum where we got over 50 million votes. It is that same government that unveiled the Biafra Defense Forces in Helsinki 2023. It's that same government that has its headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland, United States of America. It's that same government that Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is the Prime Minister. Who's acting Prime Minister today is Ogejukwu, who carried by popular vote by the cabinet ministers. Most of these that are even attacking the government, that are saying there is division, this and that, they also cast their vote to elect this man as the acting prime minister. And this is the government. If you claim that you are fighting for your freedom against Nigeria, this is the only recognized body that Nigeria has come up to tell you, that all the media houses has come up to tell you that is fighting against them, is taking their matter to Washington, D.C., is making life a misery for them. This is the only government. So anybody that is coming to tell you that there are separate government, that the government is divided, just know that that person is an agent of Nigeria. And there is a purpose for doing that. They have a target for doing that. The target is that when they split like that, when they live like that, and they begin to claim that they are also government representing Biafra, if there is any international body that is coming to render assistance to us for us to get our freedom quickly, they will confuse that international body, that country, or that group that want to come and help us to get our freedom quickly. This is their target. This is their purpose. My people, let us be wise. We are one government. We are one people. We are not divided. When this government was created, it was agreed by each and every one of us that this is the government that is speaking for the Biafran people. When it comes to the Biafra freedom matter, this is the agreement. We were never told that if anything happens to our prime minister along the way, the government will no longer be the government, or another government will spring up that will replace the government. I never heard such agreement. I don't know whether some of them heard it. All I heard was this is the government registered in Justice Department in United States of America to speak for the Biafran people over their freedom. This is all I know. And in freedom fight, things happen. The leaders could be arrested. Some people can get killed. That doesn't mean that if such things happen, the government has changed. So my people, let us be wise. The reason why some of these groups are doing what they are doing is to attack the fund of the Biafra freedom, because they know that if we are all united and we are putting our resources into one purse, we are going to do more exploit. We are going to hire more lobbyists. The support for the home defense will increase. And the lives of our babies, women, and children, our civilian populace, especially the Christians, will be more protected and defended. They know all of these things. So when they come up with separate groups, they are just trying to scatter us to see that they slash the fund, they cut down the fund according to the wishes of Nigeria. That to stop the Biafra freedom, killing the fund is critical. That is the agenda they are carrying out. These people are carrying out. Why can't you get it, my people? They say we are wise people. Is it that we are not wise on this area? So my people, I know that I have spoken for a very long time. Before I drop the mic here, let me still sign out with, this is the land of my birth. I say this is the land of my birth. This is Biafra, my Biafra, the land of my birth. I will fight for the land of my birth. I will speak for the land of my birth. I will speak for Biafra, my Biafra, the land of my birth. I say this is the land of my birth. I will liberate the land of my birth. I will liberate Biafra, Biafra, land will be free. I say this is the land of my birth. This is the land of my birth. I say this is Biafra, my Biafra, the land of my birth. Thank you very much. I yield the mic. Anybody there? Is anybody still there? Holland.
Yes, yeah, thank you
Yes,
so much,
yes,
Radio Furi.
yes,
Thank you so
yes,
much for that lengthy submission. You watch it. Thank you, my brother. Holland, are you there? I don't know if network kicked you out. If you're there, please you have the mic. Okay. Holland, are you there? Yes, Biafrans, please share the space as you are entering. Share the space, please, so that we can connect Biafrans, connect it also to our also supporters around the world. And please, as we are joining, we have been we learn a lot for our tutors space. It's actually proving to be lecturer indeed, So let us coordinate as well because and they choose the the kind of wordings we use because this is not only our space. This point in time, although we know everything, we know as every BRGIE media, anybody who is a member of BRGIE media that is under the watch of leadership of our information minister, know that we are disciplined people and all our information minister will be at least lead by example. Is a role model. So please let us.
Mazi, please bring Homeland down. I bring him up again.
is it?
I'm dealing with him.
Homeland is okay, my brother. Yes, so now that Homeland, my brother. Even that Homeland also it makes sense.
Mazi Onyeka. Mazi Onyeka, there's a question I want to ask, and I'm kind of afraid.
Okay, go ahead.
Based on the exposition that the Honorable Minister of Information made yesterday, what is our chance after these people set up our Prime Minister and they invited him to come up to speak like this, get certain people involved, not knowing that they recorded it and they threw it to the media as evidence to the enemy? What is our fate now?
Okay.
I've been so worried.
Which one are you talking about? Which group is that? That set him up.
The broadcast that the minister made yesterday, you did not listen to it.
Okay, that okay. It does this what is it called now? Made it even what do they call them? The Ucheshi involved and all of them as but well, is there anything nothing bad there that much that our Prime Minister said? Is there anything bad he said there? So all we know that they are enemy. They did work hard. What they're good at. What they're good at. Our Prime Minister commit no crime. Okay, so you shouldn't be afraid of that. And I heard about somebody saying.
But this very video, have you watched it? Because according to what he was saying now, one of the, I don't know if I should talk about it, sir. I don't think there's need to talk about it.
Is it that already? Is our APM? Our information minister said it on live yesterday. Anything did not say.
You did not listen. No. You did not listen. You did not listen to the Minister of Information broadcast.
I know. Let me tell you something. Anything he said, you are free to say it. But if any area he did not say, don't say it. If you want to say it, don't go beyond the area he has made public.
No. I'm not going beyond that area. What he said is that these people said PM up that he should come and say hi to Biafrans, not knowing that they invite certain people that should not even be in the Zoom in the first place, and some of the BDF. One of the. Let me not go there, Jerry. Let me just drop
Hello,
it.
Ranger Fury.
Is it?
Hello,
is it recently?
Hello,
recently or is it recently or
yesterday night? Now watch. They follow his broadcast.
Hello?
I told us that every night he's coming up to make broadcast, so that we should be following him.
Wait.
It seems like you did not follow him.
Wait, now listen. Now let me ask you. I know what I'm saying. Is it because I know there was a time I promised I enter one Zoom for meeting, and the people you see there is not the people you're supposed to see. You move, you log out. Is that the one we're talking about? Another one?
Not that one. They said this one that the Minister of Information was saying yesterday that Imam Amugu he set out a Zoom and he shared the Zoom. And he told the Biafrans that Pierre will come and speak to them. And he invited some members of the BDF that Pierre was speaking to them. And at the end of the day, they recorded the Zoom.
That thing is not
and they threw it.
You see that thing they're sharing? That thing they're sharing, they talk about, say, even to go 247 we're sharing.